Hello, my name is Cindy Mondragon. This first slide is the layout of the graphic organizer project for the major presentation. The second slide is basically about what my research topic is going to be. I chose my research topic to be smartboard technology, and the reason being because smallboards are actually one of the latest technology trends in the classroom setting, despite the cost. I picked the shape because it reminds me of how the small boards look, and the color white, because the LCD panel for the small boards are actually white, and when I see white and this shape, I automatically think of small boards. My three headings for smartboard technology, which I decided to research on, were assessments, instruction, and training. Assessments, I've chosen assessments because with this, you can actually use your smartboard to complete assessments. Assessments is in gray because it reminds me of the gray matter inside of our human brain. Moving along, instruction. Many schools are using small boards to teach their students, and I chose the color blue because it means trust and peace, and it actually reminds me of the American flag, of how we need to trust our soldiers that are protecting our country. And in that same reflection, I also want my students to be able to trust my ability to teach. The last heading is training. To be able to operate a smart board very well, you need to obtain some sort of training. And I chose the color red because red, you see red stop signs, you see a red light at the intersection, and the color red just warns you to stop before moving along to the next thing. This third slide shows the subheadings for my headings. For assessments, I have summative and formative. Summative is in red because it reminds me of red hot peppers and the fact that I don't like to eat red hot peppers, and also the fact that I don't like taking tests. Formative is in yellow because you see yellow in traffic signal lights, and yellow means to caution. Don't move along without thinking about what's next to do, and just reminds us to make sure everyone is on task. As a teacher, I want to make sure that all my students are on task. Okay. Under instruction, I have interactive and cognitive. When teaching, you expect some sort of interactive activity among your classroom, and therefore I chose purple, the color purple, because purple reminds me of the purple carpet in movie theaters, and also about the action films that you see at the movie theaters. And in the same token, in classrooms we have a lot of interactive activity going on. Looking at cognitive, when you teach, you have some thinking going on. I chose the baby blue color because it reminds me of the color of clouds, and how I wish I could be on top of a cloud where at the end of the day, after being so tedious at work. Okay, training, workshops, and knowledge. To obtain training, of course, you have to get some sort of attend some sort of a workshop or seek help from somewhere. And the color brown for workshops just reminds me about how you have to get to work, and when you do get to work, sometimes you have to get yourself very dirty, especially if you're working on a farm. You always end up very dirty. Knowledge. The more you know about operating small boards, the less problems you probably have working with them. And knowledge is very important. And I chose the bright lime green for knowledge because knowledge makes you bright, and when you're bright, it's obvious that you're going to glow in the dark. This next slide shows some more subheadings. Under summative, I have the subheading test. Summative are all about testing what you've learned, and administering tests to evaluate that learning. I chose the color black for tests because I expect myself to be grading all my students' papers using black ink. Formative. Under formative, you see discussion. Formative is assessing what is being learned during instruction. And I picked the color Magenta because Magenta is a color that resembles universal harmony and emotional balance. And I think our classroom discussions need to be very well balanced. Lastly, if you look at training and then under workshops, you'll find the subheading online. These are just alternative ways of where you can obtain some more training. And I chose the hunter green color for online because it reminds me of my online education that I am obtaining at UAM. Well, these are all the slides and my explanations for the colors of the topics, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much.